Hi, Taylor T. Carlson, and it's movie review time again. Today we're looking at another classic Eddie Murphy comedy. We're going back to 1988 with Coming to America, which has been reissued in this gorgeous steelbook. Now, there was a sequel to the movie that just came out on Amazon, and I had never seen the original movie before. I know that's embarrassing as hell, but I'd never seen it before. I pretty much bought this just to be prepared for the sequel, since I figured that would get a lot of coverage. But now I finally caught up on it, and I've certainly been missing a lot over the past 30 years, because this is a very funny R-rated comedy that really deserves attention. We're going to unbox the steelbook, and then I'll share my feedback on the release. Here's the backing card that comes on the steelbook, not attached to the permanent packaging, of course. Here's the front of the steelbook. Great artwork of Eddie Murphy's character there. On the back, you've got the Royal Crown artwork, plus an ad on the back for other Eddie Murphy films. And one of my favorite little bonus items they included here is a poster for the sexual chocolate band that appears in the movie. I love it when they throw in little items like this. That was a pleasant surprise for me. And then we have our actual 4K disc right here. Pretty plain and basic and to the point, but it works. And then we've got our inner artwork here with Eddie Murphy's character as well as Arsenio Hall's character. Coming to America, of course, revolves around Eddie Murphy, who plays a pampered prince living in a sheltered African country. He's spoiled and pampered constantly, and all he really wants is to get out and do something in his life for himself. So he and his best friend decide they're going to go on a trip to America so that they can find him a woman that he truly loves rather than the arranged marriage he's trying to be forced into. So rather than being this pampered prince, he goes over there and finds the lowest paying, most menial job he can find. He finds the absolute worst accommodations available so they can try to find the ideal woman who will love him for who he is and not for all of his money and stats. But of course, there's plenty of interesting twists along the way, and nothing ever quite goes as planned. Eddie Murphy made some great comedies back in the 80s, and with the release of Dolomite Is My Name about a year and a half ago, he's finally starting to bounce back after a creative slump. Eddie Murphy at his best is absolutely hilarious, and Coming to America might be one of his best works. The film was directed by John Landis, who you remember from directing other movies like Kentucky Fried Movie, Animal House, Blues Brothers, An American Werewolf in London. The guy has an impressive discography, and he's just the right man to handle this project of Murphy's. The cast is very impressive. Eddie Murphy, obviously, a part of it, but then you have roles from actors like Arsenio Hall, James Earl Jones, Madge Sinclair, and even Louis Anderson has a brief role in the film. It's perfectly cast. They do a great job painting a picture of this distant African kingdom, and in many ways, it's a fairy tale. It's a fish-out-of-water story, albeit one with plenty of politically incorrect R-rated jokes, and the laughs certainly don't stop here. I'm not going to spoil anything for people who haven't seen the movie, which I was one of those people until just a few weeks ago, but it's very funny, and probably the only weakness of this movie is it's just maybe about 20 minutes too long. I really think 100 minutes should be about the break-off point for a comedy, because you want to keep it brief, witty, and to the point. It drags on just a little longer than it should, but it's by no means a bad movie, and I think any fan of comedy who's not easily offended will like what they see here. I'm glad to see Coming to America make the jump to 4K, because this 4K disc looks very good. Apparently, there was a remaster supervised by John Landis, so it's good to see that this meets with his standards, and I think anyone who picks up this disc who has a 4K player is not going to be disappointed. I do have two minor complaints about this package, though. First and foremost, it does not include a Blu-ray copy of the film. It only includes the 4K disc. I would say probably 99% of 4K discs still include the Blu-ray disc for people who want to future-proof their collections but don't have a 4K player yet, so that's a little disappointing, but it's certainly not a deal-breaker. The only other issue I have, too, is that all the bonus features are just older archival features. There's very interesting stuff here, but at the same time, if you're expecting something new as a longtime fan of the movie, probably not going to find it here. Are you a fan of Coming to America? Have you checked out the sequel yet? What do you think? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also remember to subscribe to my channel for more content because I'm always adding new videos. And give this one a like if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. See you next time.